Hello, I'm Frank Hanaway, and welcome to Big Journey, Small Steps. Give up anger, give up pride, and free yourself from worldly bondage. That is from the Dhammapada, which is attributed to the Buddha as one of the Buddhist scriptures, one of the most important in many ways. And six and a half years ago, I memorized that passage when I first started to meditate. And the very day I meditated on it the first time, I was driving to the store and I got my first ticket in 30 years for coming to a rolling stop at a stop sign. Now, I put the car, it was a manual transmission, I put the car in first. But I just sat there and smiled. When I got the ticket, I just thought, oh, this is too priceless. It was pretty dramatic. So, I'd gone to all this trouble, memorized this passage. Give up anger, give up pride. Okay. Well, recently, that passage has come to life for me again, because it's really hard for me to slow down enough in my mind to keep from becoming angry sometimes. And so I had this experience the other day, and I was, I forget what happened, a whole series of things where mom endangered herself, and I was just, she did a number of things that I'd asked her not to do, and it was, she can't always remember, you can't tell if she knows or not, but anyway, I wasn't really angry. I was, I guess, what you'd call bubbling under. And I was like that all day. And I got a chance to observe it and to see how ridiculous it looked, especially in this particular circumstance. And I started back working on this passage, give up anger, give up pride. And what hit me immediately, which I don't think in quite the same way before, was the give up part. In other words, we hold on to anger. We hold on to pride. I am so grateful for the 6.5 years that I have been meditating. I am astonished that I have kept it up and that I honestly have never wavered for a moment. I've meditated twice a day for almost 5 years and only missed my evening meditation once when mom had an operation or something. And that just startles me. Now, I've committed to things before. I've committed to the piano and practicing the piano, but I never had the same kind of commitment for the same length of time. And I am so grateful. And I remember thinking at the beginning, I read somewhere that Ishwarn said it took 20 years to really learn to meditate. And I thought, oh, I'm quick. I'll get this down in 6 months. The trouble just started in 6 months. And I find after 6.5 years, I'm just beginning to understand what it means to give attention. And it's hard for me because I really think that I am an ADHD person. I think I was ADHD as a child. It was just that I was bright, and so I was just bouncing off the wall, coming up with all this information. And it didn't prevent me from succeeding academically as it does some people. So I don't think it ever went treated, but what it meant was that 2 or 3 things were going on in my head all the time. And to get it to where it's one thing at a time, or the beginning of that, it's worth every second that I have spent bringing my mind back and watching it flitter away and bringing it back. Well, I don't watch it, it's suddenly gone. Giving up anger is so important to me. I do not like to be angry. I do not like the way it feels. I do not like anything about it. And I understand that a great man like Gandhi learned to channel his anger so he would be angry at an injustice, not at people, but at an injustice, and then he would use his anger to fuel the work towards alleviating whatever wrong there was. And I am committed to seeing to it that I also learn to channel anger. But it's very difficult. But I'm still hanging in there for the bout. Thank you for spending time with me today. And here's the part where I get to say, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you peace,